Welcome back. We will now talk about ticker-specific predictions endpoint. This endpoint provides predictions on a daily basis for each and every common stock that we support in our system. These predictions are renewed on each market day and are made available a few hours before the markets are opened. Let's dive into it. So to be able to get the best information about what this endpoint is and how you can use it, you can just come to sharepredictions.com, then click on the Docs menu item here. And after coming to this page, on the left-hand side, you can just pick the ticker predictions link, which takes you to the relevant section where you can find a lot of information about what this endpoint is and how you can use it. On the right-hand side here, you can see some code examples as well, both from Python and JavaScript, so that you can get started with this endpoint very quickly. The ticker-specific predictions endpoint is returning responses. And again, as mentioned, it's providing daily updated predictions for specific common stocks. In each response, you're going to be getting these response fields for each and every prediction. And ticker itself indicating for which ticker or stock we are providing this prediction. Reference price here is the price regarding to which the prediction is provided. Let's say that the prediction itself happens to be a bullish one. But with regards to what? With regards to this price. The prediction maybe says, from the prediction sent on date until the prediction valid until date, the trend of the stock or price of the stock is expected to be a bullish one with regards to this reference price. As an example, if the price of the stock or reference price here happens to be, let's say, $100, and if the prediction is a bullish one, with regards to this starting point, which is $100, we expect that the trend of the price of the stock is going to be a bullish one, starting from this point, which is $100. For which time period? For the time period from when the prediction is sent out until the prediction valid until date, which are both provided in the response as well. And latest market date we covered before, and price increase likelihood is the prediction itself, and it's a percentage value. Further down on the screen, you can see the parameters, example response, and filtering options. There are a bunch of filtering options here that you should read and understand very carefully so that you can use the prediction endpoint in the best possible way. Let's have a look at some code examples. I'll be using Colab as usual. You know that we have saved our API key in an earlier video in the secrets field here. So I just read it from there. We will also be using pandas to be able to manipulate tables that we're going to be creating from the API response. In the third step here, we are using this URL endpoint to be able to get the predictions for ticker. And the header itself is just, defining our API key. So that each time when we send the request to this API endpoint, we will also be providing our API key so that we can authenticate ourselves towards the system so that the system returns the correct data that we need. I also wrote a code or function to be able to get the stock predictions. This is very similar to the one that we actually wrote for market parameter predictions. The link to this code is also available in the descriptions below so that you don't need to write everything from scratch. So I'm not going to get into the details of this code now, but you can have a look at the details of it later on. So we just move on. The interesting part here is the parameters. As an example here, we say that the ticker is going to be equal to AAPL. We want to get predictions for this ticker only in this particular case. And prediction sent on date is going to set to 2025-0101. This is the 1st of January 2025. But wait a second, the markets are going to be closed on this day. It doesn't matter. We are also adding the suffix here, __ GTE, meaning greater than or equal to what? This given prediction sent on date. With other words, we want to get the predictions for this particular ticker starting from the 1st of January 2025 and onwards until today. And we are limiting the number of predictions that we get in each request to 10, meaning that, let's say that starting from the 1st of January until today, there are maybe 50 predictions in total, for the sake of example. But this request will only send us 10 predictions in total, but there will also be a field in the response with the name next, and next will mean will give us the link that we can use to get the next 10 predictions, and the next response will also provide a next link, which we also can use to get the next 10 predictions again, and so on. So this is designed in a way so that we get 10 predictions at a time, no matter how many predictions we are going to have in the end result. You can actually change this from 10 to 20, from 20 to 50, whatever the number you want to use, based on the system capacity that you are using on your computer as an example. But do not set this value to a very high one because you may consume your rate limits very quickly. If we just run this cell as well to see which kind of result we are going to get, and this is what we get now. So in total, based on today's date, we got 62, because the index itself starts from 0, 62 predictions in total. It is a very nice table, but it is not really readable because when we write here df, it doesn't really give us all the values. We can actually change this in the code itself, but there's a good functionality here in Colab that you can use. On the right hand side here, you see a table looking button. If you come to that one, it says convert this data frame to an interactive table. Let's click on that, which will update our table, which is sort of a lot easier to read and understand and even manipulate here. So on each page, we can define how many predictions we want to see. We maybe want to see only 10 predictions at a time. And on the right hand side here, you can basically change the pages. And on top here, there are also some filtering options. If you click on that one, you can actually filter the data based on the values that you want to see in the result itself. So Colab actually offers quite a lot of functionality that you can use when analyzing each and every stock together with the predictions. So this was the ticker predictions endpoint. If you will have any questions so far, you can get in touch with us through our email address that is available at sharepredictions.com. And this playlist will also continue with some additional tutorials in the future. So stay tuned. See you in the next one.